What's going on, guys? I just finished one of my long wedding videos right here, and there was one transition I used a lot in it, and I'm going to show you how to use it. Here's an example.
And may the two of you always treat each other with love, compassion.
Show you again.
And may the two of you always treat each other with love.
So it's a speed ramp transition from one clip into another clip, kind of making it look like one clip. Show you one more time.
And may the two of you always treat each other with love.
So there it is. Let's get into it. All right, so to get started, I already moved my clips into its own timeline, so we can just start fresh and show you how this effect transition works. The first thing you're going to want to do is expand my video track by double clicking it. And then I'm going to hit plus key to actually get a little closer. And I'm going to right click on the FX box right here, and I'm going to do time remapping speed. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other box. First, you want to figure out where you actually want to make the cut. So like right here, I kind of already started speeding up a little bit, but like I want it to speed up like pretty much right here. So I'm going to actually just put a keyframe right there just to start. And I want it to speed up right there. And I kind of get weird with my camera and I go track off. So I'm going to kind of cut that. So I kind of want it to just be like right here. Maybe I cut off a little more, but like pretty much just do this real quick. And I want that to transition straight into like this. Usually you can film a little better, not like me, where both clips are kind of similar speed, but this one's super slow, so I'm kind of want to bring it all the way over here where I speed up this much to make it actually match the speed of this one. So I might put that like here, but we'll worry about that after. So we're going to start with this clip. We got where we want it to actually speed up. I'm going to drag this up to, for me personally, I want it to be very quick. So I'm going to start with 500. You can do whatever you prefer. I'm doing this by just literally clicking on the line and pulling up. And now I have the clip shortened by a lot. I'm going to extend it just a little. You don't have to. I don't know why I actually did that. Who cares? So now we have this quick, you can barely catch it now. So that's probably way too fast. I might bring it down to like maybe like 300. And then to actually ramp it a little bit, you can, because it's like it kind of just jumps from like slow to whoop, whoop. So I'm gonna actually just pull this, ramp it quite a bit. And I actually might, I kind of want it to start a little earlier now because now I feel like it's already like speeding up way too fast off the board. So I'm actually gonna pull this key way back and then do the same with this one. So now we'll speed up a little quicker. Speed up a little quicker, and then I won't catch my shaky camera at the end. And then I'll drag this clip closer. So now I have like this kind of starts going. And now, like I said, I want that speed's pretty fast. And now this one's like, oh my God, super slow like the whole time. So I want to try to match that. So this one, I can go to 300 as well, but it's probably going to be too slow because the clip's a lot slower. Yeah, a lot slower. So I'm going to actually jack this up to 500. This one can probably go up to 500. And now it kind of does like, it kind of has that movement from one to another, but it actually kind of lasts a little too long. So you can actually grab this corner and pull it and do a speed ramp on this one. And I'm actually going to shorten it a little bit and then pull it closer. So now I kind of have that speed whip right here. And then you can kind of just adjust it. Like this is pretty quick. And this kind of still like it bounces at the end. So it kind of actually lasts a little too long. So I'm going to actually just adjust it by just pulling these back and forth and just keep watching it. See, that looks pretty good. It goes from one to another without actually like kind of telling there's a cut there. So you can kind of adjust this how you want until you feel like it looks good enough. And I feel like that looks pretty good. I'm going to set some in and out points. I'm going to render it real quick. clear my in and outs. So this is what it looks like. It's kind of what you want, is that kind of quick spin like that. And you can kind of adjust it, like I said, until it looks like how you want it. And to add, I'm actually just extend it a little bit farther. Oops, not like that. Not like that. Pull this a little bit like that. So I think that looks pretty good. And to do something extra, to actually, if you feel like the cut's kind of like a little abrupt, you can actually put a little blur to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click in my window over here, or you can do like File, New, Adjustment Layer, or just right click Adjustment Layer. And then I get this adjustment layer. You don't have to actually right click, you can kind of just pull it down. I don't want it that long. So I want it to stretch from like the start of my blur, or start from my speed ramp to like here is where I want it. Go to my effects tab real quick. And I'm going to grab a Gaussian Blur. So I'm just going to type in blur in my effects panel. There's a Gaussian Blur right here. Drop it on my adjustment layer. And then you kind of want to go to your adjustment layer over here where you have your Gaussian Blur. So where your speed ramp starts is like right here, like right in the beginning, it starts at speed ramp. So I kind of want to put a keyframe right at the beginning of this adjustment layer by hitting the blurriness right here. It creates a keyframe, and I can kind of scroll, and I want the blurriness to get like max, like probably I have my cut right here of my two layers. So I want it to pretty much get maximum blur like around that cut. So I'm gonna probably do it around here. Do another point there. So now that I have this point here, I have my max blurriness, I can actually add my blur. I'm gonna do like 10, or you can do like 15, however much blur you actually want. And I'm gonna get rid of the repeat edge pixels right here. Check this box, because you can kind of tell right here, it makes these boxes kind of like blur. The outer is blurred. So I can just check this box, gets rid of that blur. And since we're going horizontally, I'm going to change this to horizontal. So now I have like this blur going, starting to blur right there. And then go to transitions to the other clip right here. And on the other side of my clip, I'm just going to put another keyframe right here. So now I have a keyframe from 0 to 15, and it sticks to 15 over here. And then it starts to dwindle back down to like here, where I'll put another keyframe in, and then I'll change that blurriness back to 0. We're going to quickly watch that real quick. And it kind of just adds like a little effect to it. You can honestly bump up the blurriness a little more. I'm going to go back to this keyframe. I'm going to bump it up to maybe, let's try 20. Yeah, let's try 25. Right there. And then I'm going to go back to this keyframe by hitting this, go to previous keyframe, back to 25. Try that again. It kind of makes it a little more seamless when it's like when there's more blur, kind of makes it look a little more seamless. Honestly, I'm actually going to bump this speed up a little more. I feel like there's just nothing going on. I'm going to bump it up to like 800. And then it kind of gives it that more whip effect. I actually think that looks a lot better, the 800%. And it kind of gives that whip. And there you go. I'll just render it real quick. Here we go. So you can kind of mess with it how it is, but that's pretty much how you do the transition, the speed ramp into one shot into another. What you can also do is actually, to add even more to it on top of the blur, is you can grab the sound effect that I have in it.
The two of you always treat each
It's kind of like a whip. I download these. You can download on the internet anywhere. I download them personally from Soundstripe. You can put that in there. Kind of just gives it a little more. Definitely sounds better with music too. Alright, so that's basically the transition. I'll show you it in live time one more time.
And may the two of you always treat each other with love, compassion, and kindness.
One more
And
time.
may the two of you always treat each other with love, compassion.
It's pretty simple, just taking two clips, pretty much making them morph into one. Pretty simple, adding some sound effects and some blur to it to really make the effect transition pop. So that's the transition. If you liked it or think I could do it differently, let me know down in the comments. If there's more different transitions you want me to do a tutorial on, just let me know. Also post that in the comments. Get out of here. If you like the video, make sure you like the like button, whatever you want to call it. Hit subscribe. And again, just put something in the comments. Let me know how I did. And I'll catch you on the next video. See you guys later.
The two of you always treat each other with love, compassion, and kindness.
As I've come to experience the love between Dan and Jess is truly palpable. I'd like to acknowledge Jess for taking a boy from Rockaway, New Jersey, and helping him to become a man, whom I respect and see as a brother. Their relationship is admirable. It contains friendship, fun,